Hi, welcome to How Labs. I am Arun and I thank you for joining this video series to create the cloud native application platform. If you have already gone through my newsletter, then you know about the context. If not, then I will be providing the link to the newsletter in the description. Please go through that for the context. In the first video, I will be creating the prerequisite for starting the CNAP's development. The prerequisite is to have a Kubernetes cluster on top of a Ubuntu VM. Here I am assuming that you already know how to create a Ubuntu VM. In case not, then let me know in the comments and I will try to create a walkthrough for that. So let us start with this first video. Thank you. So let us create the Kubernetes cluster now. For that, you can see that on my screen on the left hand side, it is the terminal of the virtual machine on which I will be creating the Kubernetes cluster. On the right hand side is the article which contains the details, the instructions and procedures for creating the Kubernetes cluster. This article I will be posting along with this video. So now I will go to the instructions, the commands which are required to create the cluster. So the first step is to prepare the operating system. For that, let us log in as root, and after that, change the host name to CNAP. Similarly, same host name need to be added into etc hosts. So the next step is to disable the swap, which is a requirement from Kubernetes. To disable it for the current session, we can execute the command swap of -a. But to disable it permanently, we need to open the file /etc/fs tab and comment out the line which contains /swap.img text. And once this is done, we need to restart the VM. So the VM has restarted. So I'll move to the next step. The next step is to install the containerd container runtime. For that, first login as root. Then we need to download the tar.gz from the URL. So for this video, I have already downloaded this tar and other tars which are listed in this article. So I'll be following the next step once the tar is downloaded. So once it is installed, we can confirm that the container D is running properly by executing this command, checking the status of container D, and we can see that the active state is showing as running, so it is running properly. So now let us install run C as well, and after that CNI plugins. Then we need to configure the systemd C group driver. For that, we need to open this file, and inside that we need to search for system D C group text and then change the false into true. Once done, we need to restart the containerd service. Now we can start installing Kubernetes cluster. For that, the first step is to install the kubeadm, kubelet, and kubectl. So I will be following these below commands to execute the steps to install these binaries. So the next step is to initialize the Kubernetes cluster. Again, I'll be following the commands. So this step is going to take some time. So I'll resume once this is completed. Okay, so the Kubernetes cluster is initialized now. Next, we need to execute these commands. The same commands are also mentioned in the article. So once this is done, we can check for the pods which are created. Okay, and let us also check the status of the node. So the status currently is showing as not ready. The reason for that is the core Kubernetes services are not up yet. If we go back and check the list of pods again, there are few pods which are still coming up, and then there is one core DNS pod which will try to come up, and it will remain into the pending state because of the pod network plugin which is not installed yet. So the next step is to install the pod network plugin. So right now we will be installing Calico as the pod network plugin. So to do that, first of all, we need to remove the taint from the node so that the Calico pods can be started in on this node. So to do it, this is the command. So we will execute this command, and now it has removed the taint from this node so that the workloads can now be created on this node. So as you can see that the core DNS is still in the pending state. So after this, we will be installing the CNI. To do it, let us execute these commands. So once this step is complete, the Calico plugin will install. And on seeing the list of the pods, you can see that Calico is trying to create its own pods. And right now they are in a pending state since they will be downloading certain images from internet, and it takes some time. I will resume once these pods are up and running. So now all the pods are in running state. Let us try and see the state of the node. Okay, so now the node is also in ready state. So now our Kubernetes cluster is ready for usage. In this session, we got the Kubernetes cluster up and running. With that, the prerequisites are out of the way. In the next session, I will start with CNAP platforms development, and I will start with the discussion of architecture and sequence diagram of the modules that I will develop as part of the first integration. So please stay tuned.